Vineyard, I still think that there is something being prohibited with regard to homosexuality being freely expressed. I still think the Bible says that something's amiss there. So I fall squarely in believing that marriage is between a man and a woman, and so there I stand. I don't stand there because someone else told me to. I stand there because I did the work myself. And you all know there's 6 passages that really speak about this with any degree of clarity. And I hope I'm not rocking your boat here. About 3 of them don't have that much weight under new scholarly insights. But a couple of them still hold something for me that says that I need to stay where I've been. Marriage between a man and woman. All right. Once you settle that, and that's not at risk in your life anymore, now the next question is, how can I show radical and Christ-like, genuine, self-sacrificing love to people who believe otherwise and who live otherwise? How can I do that? So I started a gay group at Willow, and hand-selected 15 people meet in my backstage office after our Saturday night service about every 5 or 6 weeks. This has been going on for 3 years. These folks have become some of my closest friends at Willow. I love these people. And I was to learn throughout the course of our being together, none of the people in my group chose to be gay. None of them. They discovered they were gay. So if you run around thinking that people are making this choice, I would just simply ask you to get to know some people who are gay and find out if any of them ever made a choice. Because I've never met a gay person who made a choice. They always discovered they were gay. In my group of 15, every one of them, once they discovered it, tried to change their gender preference. They're like, I don't want to, this is going to blow my house up, this is going to... So they tried everything they could do to change their gender preference. And when they found out that they couldn't, then everyone in my group fought depression, and many came close to suicide because they couldn't imagine their life as a gay person and the costs and the consequences associated with that. So they didn't choose it. They tried to change it. When it couldn't change, they were depressed and brokenhearted about it. And then finally, all the people in my group decided their only hope was God. And so they turned to God, and they hung on to God, knowing that the church might throw them out, knowing in many cases in my group, their families threw them out. Moms and dads. If you can think about this. Moms and dads telling kids who didn't choose and who tried to change, moms and dads saying, get out of here. And saying it in the most destructive of ways possible. Okay? So I've lived with this team of 15 for long enough now to understand their life and their challenges and their pain. And what we're trying to do at Willow, it's going to take us a long time. And what we're trying to do at Willow is figure out, how to make the conversations about this with our students in our junior high and senior high ministry. How can we make their confusing notions about this, how can we create a safe place for students to talk about this? Secondly, how can we support parents who find out that their kids are coming out as gay? So we have a parent support group on this that's been incredibly helpful to people. And thirdly, how can we sensitize people in our church that this is not the unpardonable sin, that there are far more grievous maladies and decisions that people make that are far more destructive to a church than being gay. So we're trying on many different fronts to serve folks in that way. Stay tuned. We'll try to see how far we can go.